how can we report separately on donations to our sponsored projects? So this sounds like it's coming from the nonprofit sector. How can we report separately on donations to our sponsored projects from donations for the rest of the organization? Okay. So what I'm getting here is that there are two types of income streams for the nonprofit: donations for the nonprofit itself and donations that are technically going to the nonprofit but are really destined for a fiscally sponsored project. My favorite way of reporting on those donations is class tracking. And I'll tell you how I do that in QuickBooks or in Xero. So in either QuickBooks or Xero, for example, there's a separate tag that is separate from the income account or expense account, separate from all the other fields. In Xero, that is called a tracking category. In QuickBooks, it's called class. And for nonprofits, I always use class tracking anyhow for the statement of functional expenses, which is an accounting term to tag every transaction or every expense as administrative, fundraising, or program. Well, you don't just have to tag expenses. You could tag income as well if you want to. And that's what I use to track this. In QuickBooks, I make a subclass of programs with the name of whatever program that your not-for-profit is fiscally sponsoring. And if it's not a donation for a fiscally sponsored program, but a donation for regular operations or for some other thing, you can apply a different tag. Then when you run a report for that program, the program that your nonprofit is a fiscal sponsor of, you can put a filter to only show you the income and expenses for that tag. And in essence, what you get is a profit and loss or an income statement just for that program. It's a great way of making sure that, among other things, it's a great way of making sure that your organization isn't paying out too much or too little on that fiscally sponsored project. And it's a great way of making sure that the organization is retaining its administrative fee in exchange for fiscally sponsoring that project, and that it's the correct fee.